Good morning, fourth grade. This video is going to be a teaching video on math assignment 10.07. And in 10.07, we have our learning target. Our learning target is I will be able to subtract mixed numbers with like denominators. And then also the second learning target has to do with solving word problems by subtracting mixed numbers with like denominators. So just like our last video, 10.06, I'm not going to go over any word problems. I'm just going to go over computation with subtracting with mixed numbers that have similar like denominators. Okay, so again, this is the printable activity for 10.07. And this one's set up a little differently. All right, I'm just going to go through all the problems real quick, explain them to you. The first problem, again, is a mixed number with subtraction, also with subtraction. Problem number 3 is going to be the same, but then they have, this is a multiple choice question where we're going to pick all the right answers on this one. Number 4 is going to be to use this number line to help us solve subtracting mixed numbers. Okay? All right. So I'm going to show you two different strategies when we subtract. All right. The first one is going to be similar to the one that we had for addition. All right. So on this one, I'm going to subtract my whole numbers first. Okay. So I do 5 minus 3 equals 2. Then I'm going to subtract 7/12, and I'm going to bring my 2 down because 2 really is attached to the 7/12, minus 4/12. Okay, so can I take 4 from 7? Yes, I can. So I bring my whole number 2, and 7 minus 4 is 3. And again, my denominator will still stay the same because it's like denominators, they are common. So then my answer will be 2 and 3/12. So that was relatively easy. When we're subtracting a fraction that is less than our first fraction, this is a relatively easy process. But in the next problem, I'll show you that this is a little different. So in this process here, we look and see, well, this is 4 2/5 minus 3 3/5. Well, I'm going to be subtracting 3/5 from 2/5, and I can't take 3 from 2, can I? So in this case, I'm going to have to regroup. So I'm going to show you on how to solve this by making these mixed numbers into improper fractions. And we did that in lesson 10.05. We took a mixed number and we made it into an improper fraction. We did that by using a number bond. All right. So I'm going to circle my 5/2, and then I have the number 4. So I want to use one of those wholes, and I want to make a fraction. I want to make a whole number fraction. So I have 5 in my denominator, and I make 5 in my numerator. Kind of similar to what we did when we were taking a improper fraction and making it into a mixed number. We're still creating wholes with fractions. And so when we do that, the numerator and denominator have to be the same. So I'm going to circle that. And we still have 3 wholes left because we want to get down to 0. So I take another one away and make another 5/5. I take another one away and make another 5/5. And I have 1 left. So I make it to 0 and make another 5/5. So now I have to add all my 5/5 plus my 2/5. So that would be 5/5 plus 5/5 plus 5/5 plus 5/5 would be 20/5 plus 2/5, then would give me 22/5. Okay, that is the same as 4 2/5. We just created that improper fraction. Now I'm going to go over here and do my 3 and 3/5 and do the same thing. I'm going to circle my fractions and try to get my whole numbers down to 0. I want to get this all into one big fraction, one big improper fraction. So if I take 1 away, I have 2, and I make 5/5. Circle that. 1 away, and I make 5/5. Circle that, and I can take 1 more away and make 5/5. So in this case, I have 5/5 plus 5/5 plus 5/5 plus 3/5. So that's 5, 10, 15, and 3 is 18. So then I have 18/5. Well, I'm subtracting. So now I have 22/5 minus 18/5. Can I take 18 from 22? You sure can. So 22 minus 18 would be 4. And again, my denominator stays the same. So in this case, my answer would be 4/5. So this is using another different strategy than what we did by just subtracting our whole numbers. Okay? All right. So let's look at this next problem, number 3. And again, let's try to focus. Let's try to make this bigger so y'all can see it a little closer up. Let's focus on our fractions first. All right, I'm going to have 4/8 minus 3/8. Am I going to have to regroup like this problem 2? Or am I going to be able to just subtract like problem 1? Well, I can take 3 from 4, right? So I should just be able to use this strategy here. So if I take 6 minus 2, I get 4. And if I take 4/8 minus 3/8, I get 1/8. So my answer should be 4 and 1/8. All right, let's look and see all the answer choices that could be correct. Well, letter A, I think they added instead of multiplied. So I'm going to cross that one out. Let's look at letter B. Letter B, oh, it looks like they used that same strategy here. So we might have to do that. Let's look at the other ones first. Letter C, 6 minus 2, I did that there. 4/8 minus 3/8, I did that there. So I would get 4 and 1/8 would be my answer. So that is a correct answer choice. And here, 4 and 1/8, that is a correct answer choice. So let's try to solve it. Let's look at this and see if it's similar, okay? So this one I'm going to need a little bit of scratch paper for. So I have 6 and 4/8, and I want to use my number bond. If I take 1 away, that'd be 8/8. Take another one away, 8/8. Take another one away, 8/8. Take another one away, 8/8. I got 2 more holes. Hang with me. Take another one away, 8/8. And my last hole would be 8/8. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 8/8. So if I do that, it would be 8 times 6. 8 times 6 would be 48. So 48/8 plus 4/8 would give me 52/8. Well, that's right. Okay, now we have 2 and 3/8. And again, we're going to use our number bond to decompose that into a improper fraction. So if I take 1 away, it's a 1, and this is 8/8. Circle my 3/8. Take 1 away, I have 0 and 8/8. So 8 plus 8, 16. 16 plus 3 is 19. So then I have 52/8 minus 19/8. This is also correct. So actually has 3 correct answers. So it just shows you this would be the second strategy I showed you up here, where when you convert a mixed number into an improper fraction, or you could subtract your whole numbers and then subtract your fractions. So you could actually do it 2 different ways. In letter D, that just has the correct answer. All right, now we're going to solve this problem by using a number line. I'm going to bring some colored pencils. I need a little bit of color here. Let's see some color. All right, let's use red and light blue. So I'm going to use the number line to solve 3 1/6 minus 1 4/6. So I want to look and see where that is on the number line. So I'm going to go with 3 1/6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm assuming, oops, shouldn't assume. Let me count how many dashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, I can label this 3 2, 6, 3 3, 6, 3 4, 6, 3 5, 6. And here I'm going to do 2 1, 6, 2 2, 6, 2 3, 6, 2 4, 6, 2 5, 6. All I'm doing is just going up with a sixth. And again, in between, it was between whole numbers 2 and 3. So this is between 1 and 2. So this is 1 1/6, 1 2/6, 1 3/6, 1 4/6, 1 5/6. And then my last one, I do not have a whole number because it's between 0 and 1. So I have 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6. Whew, let's take a deep breath. All right, so I want to identify where 3 1/6 is. So it'll be right here. So this is 3 1/6. All right, and I want to subtract 1 4/6. So I'm going to subtract my 1 first. So if I have 3 1/6, and I'm going to subtract 1 from that, I just do 3 minus 1 is 2, and I have 1/6. So I'm going to jump all the way to 1/6 here. So I'm going to go, take a jump. All right. So I've just subtracted 1 whole. Then I want to subtract 4/6. So I just can count the tallies. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 4, and I take 1 leap, and this would be minus 4/6, and this is minus 1. So my answer then would be 1 3/6. So actually, using a number line, that was a lot less work. Sure, we had to label the number line, but when it came to actually solving it, I didn't have to decompose and use a number bond. I didn't have to do that step. See how this got a little messy here, didn't it? Over here, it depends on how much scratch paper you have. Whereas on the number line, it was pretty clean. We subtracted our wholes first, then subtracted our fractions. Now, what's key to problem number 4 is that you draw the number line correctly. So you really have to make sure that you practice drawing the number line correctly on those. All right, so again, this was assignment 10.07. And let's look at our learning target. What we learned today is that I'll be able to subtract mixed numbers with like denominators. And that's exactly what we did in this exercise. We subtracted mixed numbers with like denominators. Again, we did not solve word problems. That you will do in the Florida Virtual lesson, as well as on the quiz. So again, both assignments, 10.06 and 10.07, both of those have quizzes that you will solve, that you will submit as your assignment. There's no uploading. So good luck on those. And if you have any questions, just email me today and I will get with you. Have a great one.